This morning for you on Daybreak, we'll show you how a nonprofit is helping women and minorities get into the tech industry.
And Cox Health is making it easier for sexual assault victims to get exams no matter where they live. We explain.
And a school in the Ozarks is switching to hybrid learning after a spike of COVID-19 cases. We've got to tell you about West Plains and much more coming up this hour for you on Daybreak.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak. Today is Thursday, September 3rd. I'm Jennifer Abreu.
I'm Joe Morano, halfway down, cruising along on this Thursday. How you feeling so far?
I'm feeling great because we are a little bit closer to Friday. I told you yesterday I had this Friday feeling, just felt like a Friday, but I was wrong. And the good thing, too, is that for the weekend, the weather is clearing up, too. It'll look nicer.
Oh, yeah. Labor Day coming up. A lot of people are going to start heading off to their destinations of whatever they want to do for this long weekend today, and things are going to get nice, right, Elisa?
Yeah, right? That last push of summer, you're what's the word I'm looking for? You're
soaking it in.
Scrounging. No, you need the good weather, right? Because we don't know when you're going to have the time off after that, right?
That's true, and then it could last you, if we don't get nice days or warmer days, it will last you until we do have those again in a few months.
Memorial Day.
There you go.
But yeah, no, it will clear up nicely for the holiday weekend. We are, though, this morning starting out with some fog. We've got some dense fog advisories in effect for all of our Missouri counties and northwest Arkansas until 9 o'clock this morning, where that visibility is dropping. Things are looking okay in Branson this morning on the landing. Visibility is all right there. Other parts of Branson are finding visibility down to 1.5 miles. We're down to 4 miles visibility in Springfield, 1/4 mile in Camdenton and Lake of the Ozarks, and 1/2 mile visibility in Rolla. So lots of patchy and dense fog this morning. Give yourself extra time and extra space on the roads this morning. Once the fog burns off, you'll have sunshine. Temperatures at 70 degrees right now in West Plains and 68 degrees in Branson. We'll have the road hazards primarily be again fog to start this morning. Dry roads this afternoon with a few clouds out there. You'll find temperatures in the middle and upper 80s as you're homeschooling with some more sunshine out the window later on today. So if you're headed into school, be careful at the bus stop. Visibility is low, 88 degrees by dismissal with some more sunshine. Some nice days ahead leading into the Labor Day holiday. Details on that coming up in 10 minutes.
New for you this morning, a nonprofit here in town is trying to give chances to learn things like coding for women and minorities. Nigel McDonald met with this group. She joins us now in studio to explain those details. Good morning.
Yeah, Joe, good morning. Well, the group is called the Geek Foundation and was created by 2 women who say they notice a lack of diversity within the tech industry.
A lot of these companies have a very large tech department, and they can never fill the positions.
A need Krista Purrier hopes to meet through her nonprofit, the Geek Foundation.
Our objective is not only to teach adults the skill sets needed to get into tech jobs, it's to create interest for children in tech as well.
Purrier says as a child, she remembers not having access to role models who shared her interests.
To say, hey, you're really good at math, you really like science, you should go into STEM.
She says representation matters.
A good example, for tech is, the conversations that are happening about facial recognition within AI. We can't have equal representation and understanding of how programs can work efficiently for every type of person unless we have equal representation in the field who's developing those things.
Springfield resident Tamar Macklin says he's always had an interest in tech.
I've always liked how things kind of worked and functioned.
But says as a Black male, he was never pushed to pursue it.
That's difficult. It's a hard field to get into.
However, he says he's discovering just the opposite through his IT class at the Geek Foundation.
They're providing me with an opportunity to expand my mind, and then that's going to create opportunities that are going to open up different doors.
Macklin's in his 2nd month of class and says he feels empowered to keep going.
Don't sell yourself short. The only thing that you need to do is invest time.
Well, once Macklin and his classmates finish their course, they'll have 100 hours of work plus an opportunity to receive an A+ certification, which is exactly what they need to break into the field. Now, you can visit our website at ozarksfirst.com to learn more about the Geek Foundation.
Naja, thank you. Following up on some information from last night, senators in Jefferson City debated and discussed for 17 hours into early this morning to vote on 5 provisions to reduce violent crime across the state. The lengthy night mainly surrounded House Bill 2. The bill was supposed to allow the admissibility of certain witness statements. Senator Bob Andrew of Lake St. Louis offered an amendment which involved concurrent jurisdiction of the St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner's office. The move hasn't been done in the Senate since 2017. It ultimately ended the debate. HB ended up passing the Senate with 22 votes yes to 8 voting no, and now it will head to the House. Cox Health is the first hospital in Missouri to offer sexual assault forensic exams or rape kits through the use of telehealth technology in all of its emergency rooms 24/7. According to them, this would radically increase access to sexual assault patients in rural areas. Brooke Batesel is the telesane coordinator and the assistant forensic coordinator at Cox Health. And she says before this technology for forensic exams, patients would often have to make a decision to travel for the exam. But many wouldn't make it to that exam because of barriers like gas money or transportation or childcare. And she says being able to meet with patients at whatever Cox Health ER they choose will help in putting the patient at ease.
We're not really sure what to expect for each site specifically. But in Springfield, we serve between 150 and 200 patients with complaints of sexual assault each year. It's important for us to be able to offer the highest level of care to patients no matter which Cox Health facility that they present to. It's also very rewarding to be able to provide this to patients.
Funding for these exams through telehealth came from a grant awarded by the Missouri Department of Social Services Violent Crime Act. And that funding also helps provide hygiene items and clothing as well and shoes for victims when they're discharged.
Got some education coverage for you. More than 170 students and faculty are now in quarantine after a COVID-19 outbreak in West Plains. The school district approved to move to a hybrid learning model at an emergency board meeting last night.
We have seen the cases in our community rise at a great rate, and we have actually it's been detrimental. It's been a huge impact to our school. That's Superintendent Dr. Lori Wilson, who says no one is seriously sick or in the hospital. The outbreaks are mostly contained at West Plains High. Only a few students actually tested positive for the virus, but since so many were in close contact, the rest were asked to stay home. Now students from 7th to 12th grade will be divided into 2 groups and go to class 2 days a week. The rest of the learning will take place online. I just want to remind everybody that we're in this together, and that sometimes the decisions that are made may seem detrimental, but we're really trying to do what's best for all of our students, and to remind that we are following the guidance of the health department. Wi-Fi hotspots are available to be checked out, and work can be downloaded while at school. The district is still trying to figure out how to get meals to kids at home. The hybrid model will likely continue through the fall semester, then be reassessed come January.
And it's a similar situation in Gainesville. Several students and staff members in quarantine there. The district says, quote, the education process and student health is being very negatively impacted. Students will go fully virtually starting this Friday, and that will last until September 14th. Sports and all extracurricular activities are included in that, and students will return to seated classes after the 10-day period.
We're starting out with some dry roads in Springfield right now. You can see the wipers going because it's a little bit misty, and we've got some patchy to dense fog out there this morning. We're finding visibility drop to a quarter mile in Camdenton and Lake of the Ozarks. Details on your holiday weekend forecast coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Alisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.